Canyon. This is where the Mormon pioneers came down and into the Great Salt Lake Valley.
The Great Salt Lake is all that remains of a once mighty Lake Bonneville that existed during the last Great Ice Age. Many Native American nations had explored the Great Salt Lake and the surrounding regions. The first white man to explore the valley was Father Escalante.
Escalante was a Catholic priest who established missions throughout North America. He traveled through Utah in 1776.
Mormons had originally settled in Nauvoo, Illinois. However, because of intense persecution, they left Nauvoo in the winter of 1846.
The now infamous Donner Party had taken a similar path on their way to California. They left behind a note warning of the dangers that they had encountered. After they found this note, the Mormons were able to select a safer, faster route, giving them 2 extra weeks to plant crops.
In 1847, fewer than 150 of the original 3,000 had survived to make it to the Great Salt Lake Valley. The pioneers were searching for a promised land that church prophet Brigham Young claimed to have seen in a vision. When they arrived at the Great Salt Lake Valley, Young had fallen very ill. Nevertheless, he looked up from his sickbed and said, "This is the right place. Drive on."
Within hours, the pioneers had gone to work plowing fields and surveying the site for a new temple. Today, a monument marks the spot where Young made this original pronouncement.
The dream of the Mormon pioneers was to practice their religion unfettered by the outside world. This included isolation from non-believers whom they called Gentiles. In order to achieve this goal, the Mormons endeavored to set up a community that would be totally self-sufficient agriculturally, industrially, and educationally.
To learn what would grow in the salty earth, they established 823 acres of experimental farmland. While attempts at silkworms and cotton failed, sugar beets and peach trees thrived.
Brigham Young instituted a phonetic alphabet called the Deseret alphabet in order to make reading and writing easier.
After Young's death, the alphabet fell into disuse. The dream of isolation also faded as numerous pioneers and gold miners on their way to California began stopping in Salt Lake City.
Just up the street here is the Zion Cooperative Mercantile Institute. Pioneers who were on their way to California who passed through here would oftentimes run out of money and supplies, so they'd sell a lot of their stuff to the Mormons, to the ZCMI here in Salt Lake. They'd continue on to California with the money they made. Then when they got settled and established in California, they could save up their money, come back here and buy their stuff back.
With over 3.5 million adherents, the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints is the 9th largest religious body in the United States. Of the 3 million people in Utah, approximately 70% are Mormon. In Salt Lake City, though, the percentage is closer to 40%.
The millions of visitors from around the world who explore the Salt Lake Temple annually, can learn the stories of the Old and New Testaments as well as the Book of Mormon. These books and temple missionaries are available in almost any language to temple visitors.
The temple grounds include the Tabernacle, where the famous Mormon Tabernacle Choir sings, the worldwide Central Office Building, the Genealogy Library, and the Joseph Smith Memorial Building. This building, until recently, was the Hotel Utah, the traditional honeymoon location for newly married couples.
Several weddings occur daily at this and other Mormon temples in the world. Only in a temple can couples be sealed together for eternity. Access to the temple for weddings or other occasions is restricted to Mormons who have received recommendations from church leaders. Polygamy was banned before 1896 when Utah entered the Union.